Hi everyone, we're on day 3, is it Joe?
Yeah, I think so.
Of our trip
Yeah,
on following Grandad's and Dad's footsteps and reading one or two of his letters every day and tracing his journey. We haven't got to the prison camp site where he was at yet, that'll be tomorrow. Today we're going to Birkenau, Auschwitz to see the horrors that took place there. I might make a little comment on that on our next video, but for now, Grandad's letters. I'll read the first one of January 1941.
yeah, so what we're going to do for the next 3 days, we're going to read the first and last letter that Grandad wrote each year that he was in the war. So yeah, over to you, Dad.
And yes, thank you, Joe, for that. You might be able to gauge his mood as we went through the war, because things were getting pretty grim. We're reading this letter home, dated the 24th of January 1941. And forgive me if I halt a bit trying to read it, because even pencils and paper are on rations, and it's very hard to read. Okay, off we go with the first letter then. And DD, I don't know what DD, I will be talking about some initials. They mean nothing to me, but they're probably friends back at home that Dad had and relatives. DD, when will this bloody war end? I and my 99 comrades, prisoners of war, are not browned off, but blackened off. If I were lucky, 10 letters per week arrive for 100 men. Not bad. In about 85 weeks, I shall get a parcel from you. Mrs. Curtings could find plenty of work here. Give her my love. Was she in the post office, Mrs. Curtings? Cheer up, my darling. Pray that I get back someday. I am still the same. I love you, sweetheart, and I dream of you often. Cheers, darling. Boots I want. I'll just show you a letter of a picture of Dad on his motorbike at home before he went to war. And just to remind you again, you might not know or need reminding that Dad was posted in France as a dispatch rider in northern France, and obviously he was taken prisoner of war right at the beginning of the war when France fell. And he writes to dear Elmer, and there's another picture of Dad on a motorbike with my mum, Elmer, on the bike as well. Now we come to the last letter of 1941. Again, the writing is very small and very faint, being in pencil, but I'm going to give it my best shot. Hello, darling. Here's your awful 29, 12, 41 moaning husband again. You know what the date of this letter is, don't you? I expect you think that by my letters I'm going mad. Well, you're right. By the time I get home, I shall be a damn sight madder. Spending married life away from my wife doesn't agree with me. I have not heard from you for weeks now. My father doesn't write anymore. I have had post from Auntie Edie. I haven't had post from Auntie Edie or Uncle Norman. I receive only the food parcel each week. We are truly grateful, but I have received no clothing from home. All I need was books and pipe. What is wrong with Mrs. Sturry? That Mrs. Sturry runs a shop alone. From M&D letter, hoping you are keeping well and that you will see me again okay. I don't suppose this war will last forever, but we will lose heart if our life's happiness is like this. But anyway, the reward for this is coming home and the life to come. Have you heard from Gus Hunter yet? I received your photo in the last letter from you, taken at the back of your new house. How I wish I could carry you across that threshold soon. But wishes are pretty thin now after 18 months of Gush Ganeshgat. Now we looked up Gush Ganeshgat in Google Translate.
Good old Google Translate.
Translate, and that word means captivity. Now I can imagine Dad's way of looking at things, to use a German word for captivity, as a kind of a sarcasm. Well, cheerio, sweetheart. Thinking of you always at night, Eddie.
That's it.
So they're the 2 letters for today. Things were pretty tight in the POW camps. He mentioned boots on the first letter, and my mum soon learnt not to send boots, but to send 1 boot at a time, because the boots were stolen if they came in a pair. So she had to send 1 boot in one parcel and 1 boot in another parcel. So there are many deprivations like that in the POW camps, and I'll mention more as we go along. So thank you for listening to Dad's letters this time round. We'll upload another video tomorrow. So thank you so much, people, for being interested in this journey, this trip, and take care now, and we'll chat again tomorrow. Bye bye, everyone.
Cheerio.